Good afternoon, everyone. It is January 15th, 2023, Sunday night. We've got Monday, tomorrow's off. Let's just quickly go into what we had last week before we get into what we might have for the week coming. Now, we did finish last Friday off with a high close. We finished the week, I believe, right around the highs closing at 39.16, an important number. It's been this important balance sort of number for months now, since October, it looks like. Heck, even towards September, it looks like an important number, this 39.15 to 20 area. So we did have the high close on that Friday. Then this past week, we were unable to actually get into the week prior's value area high, which was sitting at 38.76. So we were unable to get into that standard deviation one for where the volume was traded during that week, of course, in this clump over here. So instead, we ramped almost linearly. Look at all these. These are they're white on my screen, but they're green otherwise. All these up bars on this 2-hour chart. Only one red one coming in on Thursday, where I think we might have had data that day. I cannot recall, but one red bar. Other than that, it's all been white. And now we're trading at 40.17, which has also been a critical pivoting number. Even back in August, I remember this quite well, and again back in July, and again June. I remember trying to get filled at I think 40.14 quarter, and I was not getting filled on a long after everyone else was getting liquidated. That was a fun day, but 40.17, 39.15. These are just very important numbers. 39.66-ish. We've got the 2022 pocket 68 half, Q4 value area high at 73, December half back at 64s, and now last week's half back coming in at 60.75. So there's quite a bit of crap here, and that is going to be our pivot on the week. We once again had another high close, closing at 40.17. So that's two high closes in a row. One this past week, one from the week before. Uh, both at very important numbers, that 39.15 and 40.17. So what am I looking for overall? Well, we don't have a ton of news, but we do have some moderate news all week. We do have CPI, of course, that'll be important, but some not so important news. We got the Empire Manufacturing on Tuesday, some Philly stuff on Thursday, home sales on Friday. We do have a couple FOMC Fed heads talking Thursday and Friday, but nothing major. 66, this is why 66 is my pivot. Not only is it the major high we make on Monday, and then subsequently where we spend the week sort of pivoting between, this number has been key since December and November. And to me, if we fall below that, we'll fall below where we did a lot of volume this week. And I know that the weekly POC is up towards 88th, but we also did a lot of volume here around 65. And on Friday, we caught the bid at 62. That was where our weekly POC happened to be at the time before shifting up. So if we break the 60s, I think we'll have a lot of this inventory above us and be able to liquidate, in my opinion, below monthly VWAP, which is currently sitting at 39.15ish. And I think instead we'll start coming into this prior balance here. That's a whole other story. But for now, we're trading above that. So what are we looking at for the upside? If we do continue to move up, 2022 last year, value area high is sitting at 40.59.50. So obviously this is an important area in general. I think 40.54.75 was 2021's value area low. So kind of funny that value area low is now a value area high. So this 40.50-ish area has been important because of that, in my opinion. So we're coming now into that once again. And if we start to accept over 40.59, and I'm talking about higher time frames here for a second, not intraday, not intra-week. I'm talking much higher time frames. If we get above this 40.59, to me, that might signal a larger shift in the market, because not only will we be up, our low of the year is what, 35.04, 35.02, somewhere around there. 3,500-ish, we'll be up, 600 points. And if we're accepting of it, if we're doing volume up there, it seems likely if we break this high that, we might go tag that August high. We might go start visiting these higher numbers. And at that point, there's an argument for a very fundamental shift in the market. But anyway, beyond that, 40.59, important level for me. 40.83, I believe that is the I don't actually have a level for that, a structural level for that, 4141-ish, for the Q3 high, sorry, the December high, Q3 value area high, 2022 half back at 4155. So really, if we get above this, above that 2022 value area high, I think we're looking at much higher numbers. But for now, I am in favor on a weekly time frame of this looking distributive, in my opinion. To give you an idea how high we are trading, let me just close this for half a second. Here we go. Here is monthly VWAP sitting at 39.15-ish. Here is VWAP standard deviation 1 in the 70s and standard deviation 2 around 40-30s. And with two high closes on the weekly in a row, we are trading about almost at that second standard deviation of monthly VWAP. So to me, sort of a prime area for distribution to be occurring, in my opinion. So if we do get below this volume down around 39.60-ish, we should come back into monthly VWAP. Maybe we catch some temporary bids, but in reality, I'm in favor of us getting to these other high volume nodes, right around the yearly open, or maybe the December POC or Q4 POC, or the yearly close around this 38.60, and these lower numbers where the original position was built around 38.30. So that is what I'm in favor of. I don't really have much else for the week. While we're trading above 39.80, what would that be? 39.88, 39.89, the weekly POC. As long as we're trading above 39.89, I'm fairly bullish for intraday and intra-week sort of trading, because we will be above the majority of the position. We will be above, December value or highs at 95. There's just a lot of stuff coming in around there. So I am in favor of playing it quite to the long side. Now, if we get below there, I think you have two-way trade between the 60s and that 85 area. If we get below 60s, I likely don't want to be long, maybe for some quick short cover bounces like at 39.15-ish. But apart from that, I think it's better to play the short side and ride it down into this prior balance, and we can see what happens from there. So that's what I have for you guys. I know it's a 7-minute video. Hope that helps. Not a ton of news. It's a shorter week. I am in favor of this looking distributive, so I'm not going to be too aggressive on the long side. I'm going to be watching for signs of this thing stalling out and turning, and I want to be on the right side of that turn. I don't want to be longing at the highs, much like I don't want to be shorting in the hole. So I'll be following the structure and just doing as it says. Hope that helps. Have a great rest of your weekend, and see you guys on Tuesday.